Hey guys, I'm Chef Lindsey. Welcome back. Today we're talking about fertility boosting foods. These foods help regulate your body and your hormones naturally, and they're something that you really need to start eating about a year before you're trying to conceive. Specifically today, we're going to talk about carbohydrates. So there's good carbs and there's bad carbs. You know, bad carbs are refined carbohydrates, think flour, sugar, potato chips, French fries, pretzels, you name it. It's all the stuff we love, but we gotta get rid of it. Throw it out, don't eat it, put it in the trash if you have it, just forget it. Now, complex carbs are really great for you. They're often fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and beans, and they have a ton of fiber. Now, what this does is it helps regulate your insulin levels. It keeps it from spiking because your body slowly digests it, whereas refined carbs spike your blood sugar and insulin levels. And high insulin levels have actually been linked to ovulatory infertility. So today we're gonna make a beautiful complex carb dish. It's a quinoa salad with sweet potatoes and green beans and beets and sunflower seeds. It also has a lot of healthy fats and protein, so it's a complete dish, really easy to make. As a chef, I always like to start with the thing that takes the longest, which in our case today is our friend the beet. Now, beets are a fantastic fertility boosting food. They're filled with antioxidants, which help protect your cells, and specifically help protect your eggs from aging, and we're all facing that. They also help improve blood flow to the uterus, which is great for IVF treatments, actually. The first thing we want to do is just take our little beet, put it in some tin foil, and we want to coat it in a little bit of olive oil so it cooks well and it doesn't stick to the tin foil. So just lightly coat it. Skin's on. Make sure that you wash and scrub them before doing this, or else you're going to get a dirty beet. And you can leave a little bit of the tops on, that's fine. So that's all you have to do. Make a little tinfoil packet, just like that. And these things basically cook themselves. Pop this in a 400-degree oven. It's done in about an hour and 15 minutes. Next, we're gonna get going on our sweet potatoes. So sweet potatoes are superfood. I eat them probably every other day. They're full of nutrients and antioxidants. It's been found that twins are common in cultures where women fill up on sweet potatoes. So let's get eating. Now, I like to leave the skin on. It's additional fiber and nutrients, but just make sure to wash them thoroughly. I like to cut off the ends. And then for this recipe, I actually like to buy the little sweet potatoes that are kind of long and thin. They're a lot easier to cut and manage. So this we can just half, and then we'll quarter it. Line it up, and then you want to cut it in about 1/2-inch pieces that are equal in size so they cook evenly. Our sweet potatoes are all diced, and I like to limit the amount of dishes I do because I cook so much. So a little trick that I always teach my friends. So when you have a sheet pan, cover it with a layer of tin foil and then a layer of parchment paper. By doing this, nothing will stick to the pan, and when you're done, you can just lift it out and the pan's magically clean, no dishes. So let's toss these on the sheet pan. You just want to drizzle them with about a tablespoon of olive oil. I always eyeball it. You really don't have to measure this. Just make sure that it's like nicely coated. Sprinkle them with a little salt and pepper. I like to use Himalayan pink salt, but any salt is fine. If you have a thyroid issue, it's actually really good to use the generic iodized salt because that iodine will help strengthen your thyroid. Thyroid issues can be linked to infertility as well. That's why I mentioned that. So just toss these with salt and pepper. And these are gonna go in the oven. Still the same temperature, 400, so you can cook them with the beets. These are gonna be cooked for about 30 minutes. Now that our veggies are roasting, we're gonna get started on quinoa. Now, quinoa is a superfood. It's a complete protein. It's actually a seed, not a grain. It's gluten-free, and it's filled with nutrients, minerals, and tons of fiber. It's really easy to make, so I'm gonna give you a little cheater version on how to make it quickly. 1 part quinoa, 1 cup, goes into a little pan, to 2 parts water, so 2 cups here. You wanna do a good pinch of salt, give it some seasoning. Okay, we want to put this on the burner, bring it to a boil. As soon as it starts bubbling, put a lid on it, and then turn it to a really low setting and let it simmer for 15 minutes. Now for some extra color, crunch, and our friend fiber, we're gonna add some green beans into the salad. These are really easy. Just blanch them in salted boiling water for about 2 to 3 minutes until tender. And then you're gonna want to shock them in ice water to set the color and stop them from cooking. Let's do that. My green beans have been cooking for about 2 minutes and 30 seconds and they look bright and green, so I'm gonna take them out. They're still crisp and tender. So I just use a little strainer and put them in the ice water for about 30 seconds to cool, and then you're gonna wanna strain these again so they don't get waterlogged. My green beans are drained and I patted them dry with a paper towel so there's no water in the salad. And I just like to dice these, like 1-inch pieces, like that, simple. Quinoa is all done, our veggies are all roasted, and I'm going to toss the quinoa into a large mixing bowl. So after this was done roasting, I peeled it under water. The skin will rub right off. Just rub it with your thumb and just diced it into 1/2-inch pieces. We'll toss these in. And our sweet potatoes are already cooked and diced. Our green beans. Our sunflower seeds. Some added healthy fats. And a champagne dressing I made, and you'll find the recipe on my website or on the video here. Right? And you just toss this all together and you have a quinoa salad. Try making this in big batches and you can eat a little bit throughout the week. It goes with everything, chicken, salmon, steak, fish, or just on its own. Great, now it's time for me to stop filming and start eating because I'm hungry and really looking forward to this quinoa salad. I eat it all the time. Awesome, I'm gonna take in. It's so good. You get like the earthiness of the beets and the sweet potatoes and a little bit of crunch from the quinoa and then like a really crispy, refreshing bite from the green beans. For this and other healthy recipes, make sure to check out my website, healthcheflindsey.com, or follow me on Twitter or Instagram at healthcheflindsey. Thanks for watching, guys.